Hey everybody, welcome to I don't know what we'll call this. Probably gonna be a morning talk show, but welcome everybody. Whether you're watching this in the morning, afternoon, night, whenever, welcome. I don't know how long I'm gonna be on here, but I'm gonna be on here until I stop talking. But I want to talk about this Aries Spears and Tiffany Haddish situation. So around the news, all this is alleged. Um, Back in 2013 or 14, there was a 7 and 14-year-old, both Tiffany Haddish and Aries Spears claimed that they was going to make a video to help them. First of all, Nickelodeon isn't going to accept that video, but then the title of the video is what gets me. The title of this video is called Through a Pedophile's Eyes. And apparently it's supposed to be a comedic skit. Now, I don't know what possessed both of them to do this movie. Like, literally, what would possess them to um, do this movie? I mean, even with the title alone isn't even comedy. Okay, so it is also alleged that Aries Spears alleged SA'd the 7-year-old boy. Now, the mother has been trying for years, and I mean years, and I'm starting to believe it, for years trying to get them both, at least to go to jail. I don't know. I hope both of them go to jail. Because on one end, it is rumored, alleged, that Haddish watched while Spears did it. So that's a death sentence right there. That you just sealed your fate right there. But I never liked Tiffany Haddish to begin with. I never saw what the interest was with her, or I just never saw interest with her. Aries Spears, I don't have that much to say about him. I mean, this is the most attention he had since Mad TV, to be honest. And I think even back then, no one really paid any attention to him. That's just me. Because I remember back then, when I watched Mad TV, it was funny, but I just watched it just for Will. I think Will Sasso and Deborah, I forgot her other name. But that's the only reason why I watched both of them. So, hoping they'll end up in jail, both of them, because that makes no sense at all. Okay. Wrestling news. Never seen AEW. Never heard of it. But CM Punk, um, and Ace Steel, his personal trainer. It is alleged. Well, we don't know if it's not alleged because I wasn't there. But now it's going to turn into a legal battle now because CM Punk and Ace Steel fought backstage with EVW or something, EWV and some other CM Punk, Ace Steel, and a whole bunch of other people. Because I don't know AEW like that, but they are going to now it's legal. They're going to court over this. I haven't read. I said to read this morning to see. But they said either it's going to be suspension or termination at this point. Whoever fought with them. Um, I have heard several rumors that CM Punk was an asshole, and at first I didn't believe it because you know how they always say, wrestling's fake. And I think at one point in time he tried acting, but I guess it didn't work. But I've heard that for years that he ain't. So now it's alleged it's going to be a legal battle. What's his name? I think it's Nick or Tony Khan, one of those two. They're going to make a decision. I will be on probably tonight and see if it give an update on that because I don't think that backstage fight was fake. I think it was real because it was also alleged saying that the reason why they got into a fight because again the EWBs and the other people was talking mad smack about him, CM Punk. But that's basically it in wrestling news. As that's interesting to me, as far as I know. Yeah, that's pretty much that's as far as interesting as we'll get. What else? Oh yeah. Okay. I'm gonna get a lot of flack for this, but I don't care. BLM is in the news again over financial reasons. Again, this is the second story I have heard about BLM alleged having alleged money taken out. People taking donations and putting it into their bank accounts. Last year, the IRS, I guess the IRS, they had to do something because I think $90 million was missing. How do you misplace $90 million? If you have an accountant that misplaced $90 million, you need to find a new accountant. But they're in the news again because allegedly one of the BLM executives, I'm gonna say took money, donations, I don't know what you call it, from the organization and put it into personal use. Now, the man's lawyer saying that, it's falsified, it's not true. This is the problem I have with BLM. Instead of making things better, they're making it worse. A whole lot worse. With that money, instead of giving them payouts or like that $90 million, instead of it going missing, because it's probably somebody's bank account, alleged somewhere, they could have easily bought an apartment or, put it in the community, a grocery store. I mean, even an apartment building. They could have found a way to do an apartment building. Anything with that $90 million went missing, that $1.2 million. Instead of helping, they're making it worse. And I'm also going to talk about these virtual marches and people not going, or not really going, but following or mean what they say. Because this makes no sense. I was watching Mocha the Blueprints live over the Black Femicide March because I was personally go see if I can go to it. I really was. But then that fiasco with the money went missing. I said, I'm not going. I can't do that. I'm not going. Because when I heard the money went missing, I said, yeah, no, I'm not going. But then, okay, let's talk about the virtual march or the Black Femicide March. It was horrible. It looked like it was put on last minute, and you could easily look at it and tell. There should have been more people than 30. Honestly. I don't understand what the reason was behind that march in the first place, but I assumed with the march, this is what I assumed with the march. Okay, the march was supposed to be about mainly black women being killed it used to be 5 hours, now it's 4.8 hours. Mainly by everybody, but especially the main culprit is black men. Okay? So, with the march, that's what the whole topic is about. If someone if someone supports you, whether they claim divestment or not, and the next thing you say is that you're nothing like them, and then another thing was, I've heard alleged around the block, well, it's not real alleged now, that divestors who was in, the chat, they were being blocked. At this point, I think it's feelings. They put feelings over the march, pretty much. I listened to the speech and I just skipped over it. They said in the UK there's going to have a march next year. I'm not going to it anyway because it's in the UK. But I'm hoping it goes better like it did in the US. Because, no. Mm-mm. I don't think, unless you mean what you say, and again, say what you mean, which is why I really liked Mocha. I like DZ. I like both of them. I really do. And I like the panels that they have because they mean what they say and say what they mean. They don't flip flop. They don't, spin around and jump on their head. They don't do that. They'll be like, this is what's going on, and that's that. Anyway. Anyway, back to BLM. I really don't know what to say at that point because that's just a lot of money to be misplacing, and I don't know. Because this is the second time the story. The first story I heard was that alleged some of them were taking donations from some people were giving payouts. That's when I first heard about it. And then that mansion that they bought, I don't know why they bought that mansion. That $6 million mansion in Studio City. Whatever floats your boat. But anyway, I can finally, if you want to join the marathon, the Oklahoma City Marathon has finally decided to open, finally. So, it's 7 months away. And I am a nervous wreck. But I said I was going to start running next week. I said for now I'm going to do sit-ups and squats. Because I heard squats can help you with running. So I said I'm going to try that. I found a challenge I could do. So I said I was going to do that. So far, I'm excited. I lost 30 pounds. So I'm in the 230s now. So my goal is to get into the 20s. And I am very excited about it. To get into that. I'm very excited. I'm hoping I will get to that goal by end of this September. That's my goal. And I'm determined to get to that goal. But because I did my research, and I looked at it, and if I work my ass off, I should be in the 190s by the end of this year. So I said, you know what? I'm going to do it. I'm going to train. So, yeah, I'm kind of nervous because I did the 5K in the marathon. I said, you know what, I'm gonna do a half marathon because I actually had to look some of this stuff up because originally I was gonna do a relay, but with the relay it's 5 or more people. I said, oh, okay, because in the marathon I'm doing, they just had the 5K relay, um, half marathon, and then the full marathon. So I said, well, I'll just do the full marathon, half marathon, which is 13.1 miles. And I'm gonna be a nervous wreck for the next couple of days, well, months really. I've already started making a little bit of changes with how I eat and drink. But I have really, really decided, I said, you know what? I'm going to have to do a full-blown change. Especially with me running next week. Because I tried to look up different ways to run. And so far it's got to be nowhere. So I'm going to be working on that. What's tomorrow? Friday? Friday, even though it's long off, I'm going to do my first episode of Frightening Friday. Or second episode. One of them 2 episodes. And it's going to be Annabelle Creations. Because I was on Tubi last night. The Walmart Netflix. And I found out they had Annabelle Creations. That's the movie I've always wanted to see. So you know what? I'm going to watch that for Frightening Friday. It's going to be part of Evening Chronicles tomorrow night. I will be on tonight to give an update on CM Punk and talk about some other things. But I really do appreciate y'all being on here. Thank you guys so much for listening to the video. I'll talk to you guys later. Thanks and bye-bye.